Hey kids, how you doing? It's me, your TV pal, Comic Book Man, with your calendar of savings here at Alternate Reality for February 2010. First up will be the Winter Wonderland sale, which is going to be going on the 2nd through the 6th, and in that, all my back issues are half off, all statues and action figures 25% off, and everything else in the store is 20% off, and of course, there'll be a raffle mania. Second thing up this month is Women in Comics Week, which will be the 15th through the 20th. All my superheroine trades are going to be buy two, get one free. Of course, Spawn is the hero of the month here at Alternate Reality, and finally, Founders Day is the 20th. So stop off here at Alternate Reality in February and save some money.
I will never understand any of this, but here's your fight news with Bo and Comic Book Man.
Fight News, Episode 20, The Guns of Blastyville.
How you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome to my video Outhouse. It's time once again for MMA Fight News. And Uncle Pete is sick. He's under the weather. I'm filling in for him. I'm back.
Not for long.
He'll be back next time.
Temporarily.
But Uncle Pete will be back when he feels better. Uncle Pete will be back when he's feeling better. But this week we got MMA Fight News, and the first story up is Brock Lesnar. He had a hole in his head, which is healed, and he's feeling much better now, so he's coming back, right?
He had a hole in his stomach.
Oh, his stomach. Well, stomach, head.
He had diverticulitis.
We talked about that before.
He was on Sports Center with Dana White. He says it's the hole in his stomach. Actually, he went to the doctor, and the doctors were amazed because the hole in his stomach, it healed up all on its own, so he didn't have to have any other surgery.
King of Kings forever.
He had lost like 40. He had lost like 40 pounds. He's put about 30 pounds of weight left on him, and he will be fighting again by the summertime. And so the fight that they had set up between Shane Carwin and Frank Mir to be the interim champion.
Yes.
The winner of that fight will get to fight Lesnar for the title because Lesnar made it quite clear at the end of the piece on ESPN Sports Center, I'm still a champion. I didn't lose, and I'm healing up.
I'm the champ.
He also said a couple mean things about the Canadian healthcare system, but the problem with that was he was in a town that had 1,500 people, so it wasn't exactly what you call a big town.
Well, you know, gee whiz. Go to a town in the United States with 1,500 people. You have lousy healthcare, too. You know, any place that's only got 1,500 people isn't going to exactly have top-flight doctors.
Floyd the Barber, I think, was the surgeon.
Oh, I got me my razor. I'll cut you open. Ultimate Fighter 11 is going to feature who?
28 fighters.
Oh, it's going to be a Royal Rumble.
They went up. It used to be 16. This season, apparently, which starts in March, 28 fighters in Spike.
Are they going to put them all in the octagon? They're all going to fight all at once? That I'd watch.
Well, apparently they said that the first episode will show us a brand new format. The coaches for the season are Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz, and they will be fighting later in the summer. Chuck Liddell picked his coaches. It's his trainer, John Hackelman, former Olympic gold medalist Howard David Jr., and for some reason, Strikeforce champion Jake Shields. He doesn't work for UFC, but Dana White said, I don't have a problem with that. Tito Ortiz is going to use WEC fighter Razor Rob McCulloch, and he's also going to have one of his coaches, a guy who's going to teach the fighters how to deal with the public relations part of being in the MMA. And for some things, really interesting.
You mean they're going to teach them how to talk?
Well, they're going to teach them how to deal with the press. They're going to teach them how to deal with
kick your ass!
Media appearances and stuff like that. And what's really weird about Ortiz's deal, usually they wear tap-out stuff. Yep. Tito Ortiz will be able to wear his punishment athletic stuff on the show, so basically the UFC will be pimping Tito's clothing line.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great.
Maybe Jenna Jameson will show. Well, the tap-out people agreed to it, so it's cool.
I hope he makes some money. Speaking of Tito Ortiz, there's something going on with his UFC return.
Well, his fight was with Forrest Griffin. Now, he basically revealed, at the press conference, he talked about all these injuries. What really happened is that Ortiz went into the fight with a concussion, so he says he doesn't really remember the weigh-ins. He doesn't remember the fight until about the third round, and he really doesn't remember the press conference, but he had a concussion because he...
Punched in the head. You get punched in the head enough times, you don't remember anything.
Well, no, he bumped heads before when he first started training, and then he bumped heads again, and he found out that he had a cracked orbital bone. So he said, from now on, if I'm hurt, I'm not fighting. Screw it.
God, I haven't missed fight news at all.
He said there's some real Nobel Prize winners, I'll tell you.
He said, the other problem was the fact that the Lesnar fight was supposed to be the main event for the card that he was on, and since Lesnar dropped out, they didn't have a main event, and so Tito said, well, since I'm in the main event, I can't really drop out of the fight.
Okay, well, I guess he can't.
Even though I should.
I should.
So he was a stand-up kind of guy. Good for him. Thank you. Very good. You're still picking up your cues just as fast as ever. Nothing's changed.
Actually, a stand-up game. Well, a stand-up game's okay.
Stand-up. Okay, whatever. Anderson, Spider, Silva, and the one thing I've never missed about MMA news, Chael
Sonnen.
Sonnen.
Chael Sonnen blasted Anderson Silva. He basically called him overrated. He also said that, by the way, he thinks that Anderson Silva speaks perfect English.
Yes.
And he called
his name's easy to pronounce. That's
it's true. And he also said that Silva's manager, Ed Soares, says listening to him talk about his exciting is watching grass grow. Now, Soares said...
you bitch!
Soares said that Silva...
And that shirt just does not match that hat.
Well, Soares says that Silva does speak... He speaks English well enough, but he's more comfortable having someone next to him to translate. And he's assuming Sonnen said all this because he wants to set up a title fight later on in the future.
Catty little bitch. Okay, well, that's it. We're done. We're finished. We got no more MMA fight news, but you can check out the store's website where I post up MMA fight news that he sends me. And the store's website is where Sarah's at right now. Sarah, where are you?
Tell me.
If you haven't figured it out yet, the website is www.myalternatereality.com.
So stop off at the store's website. Check out all the MMA fight news that he sends me that I post up. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man sitting in for Uncle Pete, who's under the weather.
And Bo.
Saying bye!
Bye, kids.
Hey kids, it's me, your TV pal Comic Book Man, to remind you that the February Hero of the Month here at Alternate Reality is none other than the Todd McFarlane immortal creation, Spawn! That's right, Spawn. All of our Spawn trade paperbacks at Alternate Reality are 25% off all month long. Now, this isn't the junky stuff. This isn't the overstock. This isn't the stuff I can't get rid of. It's every single Spawn trade paperback in the house. We got Spawn, we got Violator, we got Hellspawn, we got Medieval Spawn, we got Sam and Twitch, everyone from the Spawn universe. And it's all 25% off all month long here at Alternate Reality. Alternate Reality is located at 3149 West 111th Street. That's the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in Chicago, the beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood neighborhood. You can always reach us at 773-881-HERO or at the store's website, www.myalternatereality.com.